Hi, this is Conger at A Studio. I'm the co-founder and CPO of A Studio. This is our interface. A Studio is an AI vocal synth. It generates vocals from Midi and lyrics. So we can try it out from scratch. Can you hold it for me? And draw some notes. Then just type in the lyrics. Then it's generating the vocal. Just for a few seconds. Usually it just takes 2 seconds, but today the internet is really slow, you know.
I love you.
Yes, and now you can change everything. Like you can change the lyrics, you can change the melodies like this, and you can even draw the pitch curves by yourself, just by using these pitch tools. Like you can do this. And you can also make the vibrato flat. And you can create your own vibrato here. Then just hear it.
I love you.
Yeah, this is the basic process to generate the vocals. And we have 74 different AI voices. All of them can sing in multilingual, and they have different genres, singing styles, and timbres. All of them are royalty-free. And we can hear some demos here.
Aquí mi corazón.
Reina sin corona, mando en mi reino.
Can't stop the music. Dance all the night.
This is really special. This is Clara Soares. She's really famous in the film industry because she's the famous cinematic vocalist. And we share our revenue to Clara Soares based on the usage. Yeah. You know, before A Studio, there are only some cinematic vocal libraries based on samples in Kontakt. Producers cannot change the lyrics. Producers cannot even write lyrics to create the cinematic vocals. But here, you can not only input MIDIs, but also you can type in the lyrics to generate your own vocal lines. Yeah. And we have more different voices like this, Caroline.
Take it like nothing out of 10. Think I gotta find out again.
I don't wanna lie and don't wanna cry. Baby, I just need you. Do you feel the same too? I know you feel it. Ooh. Yeah, I know you feel it. Oh, you feel it.
Yeah, what we just heard, this is choir. You can easily create choir tracks in A Studio. You just need to drag and drop different voices from the library on the same track. So like this one, we have 6 different voices on the same track. They sing the same content together. So like with 5 choir tracks, you get the AI choir. We can hear it again.
I know you feel it. Oh, you feel it.
Yeah. So before A Studio, it's not easy to create choral music, right? You need to hire a choir, or just use some basic choir sample libraries. You cannot type in lyrics. You cannot do so many arrangements. Yeah. But with A Studio, it's so easy to generate choral vocals. Yeah. And also we have many innovate features like custom voice. You just need to upload your own vocal samples to customize your own voice model. Yeah. And we also have our own stump splitter, and you can analyze tempos, and you can also convert vocal audio to MIDI and lyrics. Yeah, it's really easy to do some changes on the audio vocal. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? This is George over at Apogee here. We're at the NAMM show 2025, and very importantly, we have the new Symphony studios on display. These guys are really cool. We have now a whole set of these configurations that are perfect for those that are working in project recording, people that are home recording enthusiasts, and those doing Atmos and immersive audio mixing. They are super ideal for because they feature built-in onboard TSP that deals with all the corrective aspects you would need to have a Dolby certified room. So, how is the special sauce made, so to speak? Well, inside the software, when we launch up to monitor workflows here, we'll see the ability of toggling between various speaker arrays. So with our 7.1.4 speaker system hooked up, we can go between stereo to 5.1 to 7.1.4. Really cool feature in this first starting screen. If you're connected and you want to make sure you got sound going, we can turn on this solo function and change. And what that'll do is it'll allow us to solo various different speakers to make sure that sound is coming where we expect it to. Super handy if you're trying to do reference checking. Also really great for setting up initially to make sure that the particular channel configuration matches what's in your DAW and is performing as expected. Along with these features, you're going to find some of the standard stuff you need for making immersive content, such as having room correction built in. We can bypass it either for channel or go into individual tuning here. We can go down to the bottom, add in speaker delays per channel. If you're working with this kind of software, things like SonarWorks or Smart or things like Room EQ Wizard will give you everything you need to be able to run with this. But if you're just getting into it and need a little bit of a starting point, we also have this simulation feature built in. We click on this button and input our room dimensions, and it will then figure out for the space what are some likely acoustic anomalies that might happen. With that being done, it's way, way easier to predict what kind of corrective EQ you might need if you're not yet ready to use things like measurement microphones inside your space. This then gets applied automatically, and we can then see the effects of our EQ changes right here and use them and put them in real time. So that's Symphony Studio. It's a really cool way of being able to make immersive audio more accessible and way simpler in terms of workflow by having the monitor controller built into the interface. These come in 3 configurations. You're going to have a 2x12, an 8x8, and an 8x16 configuration. Respectively starts at 1999, goes up to 3499. You can check it out at apogeedigital.com. Thank you for watching, y'all. Cheers.
Hello, this is Cloud Microphones. We have 3 models of our ribbon mics here today. We have our JRS34 passive ribbon mic, our 44 passive midnight microphone, and also our 44A active microphone with a with a high pass filter, voice or music switch. All 3 of these ribbon microphones are available at all audio retailers, and the price point is $14.99 for each microphone.
Hi, this is Sean from Cranborne Audio. I'm here at NAMM 2025, and I'm here to show you some of our products that are wonderful for all sorts of applications in film, voiceover, recording, post-production, and various applications like that. So we're a relatively new brand. We were founded in 2017. We're based in London, in the UK. I'm American, but I live in London. And we have a different take on things. We believe in hybrid mixing. Our tagline of our brand is a modern approach to vintage sound. So what we try to do is we try to bring modern analog and digital tools to the modern hybrid studio. And that's what all of our kind of products do. So we have lots of stuff. We have our 2 500 series racks, which are both have digital conversion in them as well, our 500 ADAT. which uses ADAT to connect to your audio interface or anything that has ADAT on it. And that's our 500 R8, our USB audio interface. So they're very affordably priced as well. This is $17.99. In Europe, it's around 2,000 euros. And the ADAT over there is $14.99. It's about 1,700 euros in Europe. Then we have our preamps and our harmonic EQ and our newest product, which you just showed at the show, our Brick Lane modal compressor. So a 500 series rack, you put preamps, EQs, and compressors in them, so we have one of each now. So we have our Camden preamp, one of the cleanest, most linear preamps in existence, but at the turn of this knob right here, it's one of your vibiest, one of your most saturated preamps in your arsenal, and that's our Mojo control. And then we have our harmonic EQ, so in the modern studio, you know, where does an EQ belong? A lot of people work in the box. You know, when you work in the box, you have recall, you have infinite amounts of processing you can use. So what is the role of an analog EQ? Well, in our opinion, it's to add color. And that's what the Carnaby is. It's the ultimate color EQ. It's a harmonic EQ. And then this is our Brick Lane. This is our newest, latest and greatest. This is a PWM compressor, but again, kind of done the Cranborne way. So it's got 6 modes, which basically makes it 6 totally different compressors. And everything on the unit changes depending on what mode you're in, including the stress multiband saturation circuit. So that's basically has 6 saturation circuits in it as well, which changes per mode. And we try to make things pretty affordable. So our preamp is $349 US, so about 400 euros. Our Carnaby is $499, which is about 600 euros in Europe. And the Brick Lane is $599, and it's going to be 700 euros in Europe. So not prices to kill you, something you can actually afford and use and get in your studio, and it works with the modern studio. That's the big one. It's not old analog stuff that's impossible to get in and out of your audio interface. It's designed to be used in the modern 21st century studio. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you want to get any more information, you can visit us at cranborne-audio.com or check out our YouTube channel, our Instagram, or our Facebook page. Thanks a lot.
Hello, I'm Carla Prates. I am the product and marketing manager for Digital Anarchy. We've been doing video production for over 20 years, and we're showing some post-production tools for music videos. The idea is that you can easily apply them to the footage that you shot for a music video or a live performance. And the plugins are for digital makeup, skin retouching, but also flicker removal. So let's say you film a stage with some LED lights, so we have a flickering removal plugin that you can easily drag and drop into the timeline. We have a sharpening tool, it's called Samurai Sharpen for out of focus footage. So the plugins are really easy to use. You can use in any professional video editing application. And I think video really helps with branding and brand promotion. So we're also having some bands using the plugins coming to the booth and talking about it. We have both a subscription and a standalone license format for purchasing. Plugins are around $150. The subscriptions, it will vary. The full on access is $199. And people can just find out more about it at digitalanarchy.com. We have some show specials that we're going to be promoting through our newsletter. But basically, we have a 50% off discount on the subscriptions that we'll be offering through this show.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben from Flock Audio here at NAMM Show 2025. This year we're demoing 2 new products. We've got our highly anticipated Switch device here, which is a keyboard, instrument, whatever switcher. We'll get back to that. And we've got our brand new Patch LV device, which is our anticipated live device for front of house engineers, things like that. So if you come around the back, the main difference between this unit and our other ones is that we've replaced a row of DB25 cables with a Dante card. So this means that front of house engineers, you can run your Dante 8 channels straight into here. It'll do all the conversion within the Dante card, and then you've got 24 channels of purely analog routing. So you don't have to worry about extra conversions, extra latency when you're patching in your hardware in live environments. So that's our Patch LV. We're now over here at our Switch device. So this is a completely point-to-point keyboard router. So we've got 8 stereo channels on the back, 1 stereo channel out, and you can use this knob to swap between different devices that you have connected. And our claim to fame with this one is that, of course, like with every single patch series model, you can control it with our software, you can do everything in the app, or you can do it on the hardware face here. And since it's all point-to-point wiring, you can go microphones into it, you can use instruments, keyboards, line level sources, Eurorack sources you can do digital signals. This will route anything you put into it. And it's all powered by a USB cable, so there's no extra power supply that you need to use with this.
Hello, yes, my name's Reed Poole here at Gig Boss. We're a music management app that aims at making the complexities of a freelance musician more simplistic by keeping track of the books and how much money you make and organizing all of the musicians in your band, and also keeping track of mileage and whatnot, just to make the life a lot more easy so you're not using multiple applications like iCal, Excel, etc. We put it all localized in one area, so you can't miss anything, you can't miss a payment, you can't miss a gig, and it also is just a great resource for finding your way around the music industry. So yeah, and I guess you're with the European Motion Picture Association. So we're just really excited about it. We have users all over the world, actually. Australia, I think we have a couple in Austria, and we aim at basically managing teams, managing bands. So if you're interested, go check us out. Gig Boss, we're a mobile app both for iOS and Android phones.
Hi, this is Leandre with Icon Pro Audio, and I'm a product specialist here. I'm just here to show you a little around the booth here. So right here we have our new Artist 88 keyboard. It's not released yet, but be on the lookout for it like February. We have our one fader P1 Nano right here, control surface. It's a nice baby right here. And right here we have our new interface, the U44. Right here, what I'm turning down right now is our 32 CI. It's an interface that we did a combination with Harrison preamps. I know a lot of people, and we've been getting a lot of interest in those. This right here is our big boy, our flagship model. This is the V1M and the V1X. It has a fully functional touch screen with 5 different layers to it. You can run up to 3 different DAW modes. So right now we're running out of Logic. If I stop it, hit number 1, press play. You see the beautiful colors come up right here in Cubase. Going down the line here, we have a mini version, the Artisan 49 key keyboard here. It's the smaller version of the 88 key keyboard over there. Right here we have our P1M and our P1X. It's the smaller version of the V1M, but it has detachable screens that are sold separately, but they are pretty nice to come with the unit. Last but not least, we have our Touch 8. This is our new interface right here. It has 4 inputs, and you can expect this to be released in February as well. So this is a lineup of some of our new products that we have here at the NAMM show. Hi, this is Leandre signing out. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to NAMM 2025. I'm Taven with Kit Plugins. This year, we are evolving our soft launch sister company, Noiz Hub, over on this side here. We've got quite a lot going on both sides. This morning, we released our first free plugins with Noiz Hub, the start of our Prime series. We've also got our first guitar plugin, or guitar pedal, rather. I'll show you that briefly. And our biggest launch for NAMM is the Joe Chiccarelli MIDI drum pack. And I can hand it over to Adam here to give you a little bit of a walkthrough.
All right, hello there. All right, gotta start the recorder there. So I'm gonna go through briefly some of the points. So we recorded this at Power Station. Sampled Joe, did all the engineering and got it how he liked. The main feature, this is based on our previous drum platform. Main feature we added is aux instruments. So you can add one shots, but we're not going to demo that right now because it doesn't really call for in this track. But yeah, I'll just play it and see what we think, and then I'll talk a little more about it. So yeah, that's kind of how it sounds. We're just gonna play that brief part there. One of the cool things about this plugin is a full-featured mixer for every single microphone in here. So you have a saturation, a 3 or a 10-band EQ, which these are all things Joe likes, and then a bespoke compressor we made based on his preferences. So I'll show you what the compressor sounds like here real quick. And then, yeah. Squish in there, we have it mixed in instead of fully in. Yeah, so that's Joe Chiccarelli drums, high overview. Thank you for watching. If you want to check this out, it's not out yet, but it will be. It'll be available on kitplugins.com.
Hi, I'm Brian from Mntra Instruments, and we're here to show you something very special. We've been working on this for about 3 years, and it's our first GPU-powered reverb, but it's not just a normal reverb. This is the most advanced spatial reverb that we think is going to be out in the market because it's based on, it can run basically hundreds of convolutions, and you can work at 5th order ambisonic resolution. So we're talking about being able to run hundreds of convolution channels without like a 1% hit on your CPU, and be able to do spatial mixing and all kinds of reverb effects with this. I call it a spatial instrument because it's more than just a reverb or a mixer in a sense. You are able to combine all this together and create immersive experiences, immersive music, and put yourself in a space there and make it feel like you're really there. So I'm going to play you a little clip here. This is a little chorale here. It's dry right now, as you can see. And then this is with the reverb. And we got 4 mono channels, and it's mixing through the spatial reverb. And we're having modulations. It's using about, right now, 540 reverbs or IRs at the same time simultaneously. And as you can see here, it's only taking up 1.6% of one CPU. To be able to do this, any other stereo-based IR, you'd have to run about maybe 250-ish, 270 to be able to pull this off, which is pretty much impossible. The other thing too that is great about this is that you can also bend spaces. So right now with this flute, I'll just play a little clip of it. This is dry here. We've actually almost doubled the space, and we'll just play a little clip of it with it being bent. It's kind of like the space is really big. We're talking about maybe 10 seconds of the IR length. It's distorting a little bit. I'll bring it down. Yeah, and the idea is that basically you're able to use this as a spatial instrument, so you can make it move around in a space. We also have a 3D viewer here of all the sources, and basically with this you're able to just visualize what's happening with your source and move it around in space, so you can better and more intuitively mix spatially. And this is a companion app that links directly with the VST, so you're able to run both at the same time. Over here we also have our set of instruments. These are based on our Mandela engine. We spent years researching how to be able to take high resolution ultrasonic sound up to 100 kilohertz in resolution and be able to just reproduce it easily in any DAW. And we have about 17 instruments, premium instruments available right now. You can also download free instruments. And we have, right now, this is going to be our newest one, recorded in the coast of Colombia, based on the Pico sound systems that we resampled there. We worldized it. And the one thing also is that our interfaces are very colorful, animated, but they look beautiful, they sound beautiful, but it's actually, some might seem simple, but these are macros on steroids. You're basically controlling a matrix of nonlinear parameters in the background, an ultra powerful system. And this also applies to our effects. So this is Borealis, our first effects that we had put out a few months ago. And basically it's a dynamic reverb. And same as our everything that we do, we put a lot of control in there in the background, but with a beautiful interface that you can just get inspired and make music. Now, if you have any questions, you can check out Mntra.io, mntra.io. You can also follow us on Instagram, mntra.io. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm John with Monheim Microphones. We're based in Los Angeles, and we hand build all of our microphones in Los Angeles. This is our Fresh. It's one of our newest offerings at $499. Comes in 7 different colors, and it has a K67 capsule, internal pop screen, and a ceramic paint coating that makes it slightly extra durable. We also are re-releasing the blue bottle microphone with backwards compatibility of all the original blue capsules, and we're releasing new capsules as well. And then to our left, with gold and purple, 24 karat gold on the top and the bottom, and a custom purple candy paint coat with gold flake is a royalty. It's a 67 style capsule with an EF86 tube on the inside. Next we have the Creme. It's a loosely based off a 251, so it's flat through the mid-range with a presence boost, and it's very smooth through the frequency response. Next we have the FET, that's loosely based off an original 87, and all the way to the left is the Thump, which is a custom C12 low-end microphone that is flattering on kick drum, bass guitar, upright bass, and cello. And then we have our channel strip, which has tube input and output, a DI input, transformer adjustability on the front and back end, a low-cut 3-band mid Pultec style EQ, and an airband EQ. And our website is monheimmicrophones.com. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Sam from Music Hack. We've had a plugin out for a couple years called Master Plan. We got a new plugin out right now called Fuel. Fuel's all about instant loudness, instant punch, instant energy. So we have all the tools that you would use to get any of those things, and we put them all in one spot. It's real easy to use. You get what it says. And it's made for, unlike Master Plan, which is made for the Master Bus, the 2-track, this is made for individual channels and some mix buses. And if you throw a couple instances on things, you can quickly change the color and be like, oh yeah, the blue, that's on the drum bus, whatever you need. Any case, I'm just gonna play a track unmastered right now, and we're gonna see what some of the knobs do and how it adds intensity to the track.
Feels like it's been months and I'm just terrified that you'll forget my face. I don't wanna miss out on this moment. Even simple shit never gets boring. And I want it all night, all morning. How could I explain it to you? Feels like it's been months and I'm just terrified that you'll forget my face. I don't wanna miss out on this moment. Even simple shit never gets boring. And I want it all night, all morning. How could I explain it to you? Feels like it's been months.
So we get a whole bunch of stuff going on there, from dirty to clean, but it gives you that energy you need to make something punch through a mix or to elevate an entire mix. Again, we are musichack.com, www.musichack.com. It's Fuel. It's MSRP of $79.99, but we got it on sale for $59.99 right now, and you can rent to own if you want to pay over time. And I'm Sam. I'm one of the co-founders. And you got any questions, you just reach out to us. I'm happy to answer anytime. Check it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Derek. I'm in the RME booth showing the MyMix system. This is sort of set up as a rehearsal solution in this environment, but truthfully, the MyMix is actually a personal monitor designed for live playback, situations with a live band. So what's unique about the MyMix is that it's a decentralized system, which means I can use it with local connections and daisy chain these all to a switch, and everybody can have an input and play and have a personal monitoring system, or I can use it as a standalone unit. It has onboard recording on the SD card, so I can practice. I have all my tracks on here that I recorded when we played live and put it in here, and I can literally sit here and sing along and practice. In a larger setting, like we do in our demonstration, we have several of these connected via the Cat5 to a switch, and then we can feed it from a console, either Dante or Midi or Analog or even ADAT. Real easy to use. The other thing about it is that it has its own DSP. So on these channels, you can actually go in and on the mixer and select, hold on, let's go to our sessions. Let's just start playing a song. And when I go back, you can actually see all of the tracks right here, and I'll bring up the level. And when I look at any one of them, I have effects, panning, so everything's built into this unit. It's very easy to use. If you want more information, just visit the website, mymixaudio.com. Thanks for watching.
Hi, Alex here from Nektar Technology. I'm going to show you a little bit about the Panorama CS12 working with Steinberg Cubase. So let's look at this. So the Panorama CS12, we're announcing the Cubase integration for that, and it's a controller for the DAW that lets you dive in really deep in using our plugin mapping system. So you've got the Pro Q4 here mapped. We can bring up the window here so you can actually see each of the bands in the plugin. We're controlling these now directly from the hardware. These controls here also allow you to take fine control over each of these parameters. So we enable fine control on the device, and you get super, super high resolution here. Look at that, how you're zooming right in on that frequency with Pro Q4 here. So yeah, so this is pretty new stuff. Of course, we also allow you to navigate the DAW. So as we're stepping through the tracks here, our display is updating us, and it's showing us the track name, but it's also showing us an overview of the plugins that we have on the track. So right here we've got a guitar patch, and you can see there's 4 plugins. Plugins here are color-coded, so we use colors to represent what the plugins do. These inserts, for example, here you've got pitch is colored green, and then the parameters within it as well are also color-coded. So it gives you a really useful way of recognizing what each of them does. For instance, you've got your scale setting here in blue, and then you've got like your tuning here in this sort of green. You can navigate between the insert slots straight away just by hitting these colored buttons here. This will bring up your amp rack, for instance. We might want to also bring that plugin into focus. We just press the plugin button, it's in focus on the screen. It's easy to get quite cluttered if we open a lot of these plugins at once. So we also add this shortcut where you can hold Shift, press the plugin button, and it will close everything down. So it's cleared everything up for you. You can also bring up your mixer window here so you can see the overview in Cubase at the same time. So that's the plugin control aspect of it, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Hey guys, welcome in. So today we're looking at a new product from Noiz Hub. It's actually our first physical product from either of our companies, so we're really excited about this. We just unboxed the prototypes this morning, and we couldn't be more excited to be bringing it out. We've got the amazing Mike Miz over here to show off the pedal, because his guitar skills are much better than mine. But we'll be running through a little Yamaha practice amp, totally clean. Got a PRS John Mayer Strat over here, and then this is the pedal. So the concept behind this pedal was sort of born out of my personal wants as a guitar player on my pedal board. I wanted a boost / distortion fuzz drive pedal that was based on the idea of clipping the circuits in sequence instead of designing a circuit for distortion. So you have 2 sequential boosts followed by a custom-built transformer inside the pedal on the audio path. So as you turn up the gain on the right side of the pedal, you will drive further into those circuits. So Mike will play a little, hear the clean amp. And then we could kick the pedal in. We have a high cut to tame up a single coil. And then that's our master bypass. On the left side of the pedal, we have a second switch which will put in or out a 1-band EQ. We have boost and cut as well as sweepable frequency and a high Q. So it can scoop out your mids, it can boost your mids. Mike, you want to play something, we'll use it as a solo boost. You can also scoop it out, make it a little more rock and roll. And the further you turn it up, the more it turns into a fuzz as it starts to really clip out the transformer. And then the final sort of thing we added here was a switch. So it takes a 9-volt input. We up the voltage to 18 internally, but you could put it back at 9, starve the circuit, and lower that headroom to get an even more sort of vintage fuzzy sound. Mike, you want to give me something there? Awesome. So this is the new FET BSTRD pedal. It will be available through our retailers soon. You can check out noizhub.com or kitplugins.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm with RealiTone, and I am here showing Sunset Choir, which is our choir library. We've been working on this for a little bit over 2 years. It's still not done, but with a little luck, we'll release this spring. But let me show you some of the stuff that it does. We've got, if you look here at this screen, we got nonsense in here. That should give you a basic idea of what Sunset Choir is about. Like I say, hopefully this spring. I said it before. So there you go.
Hi, it's Ryan Colson from NAMM 2025, and we're going to tell you about the Ferrofish Pulse8 AE. So essentially what we have here is 2 ADAT ins, 2 ADAT outs, and then 8 channels of line out analog. It can be routed in single channel increments or in groups of 4 or groups of 8, so it can operate. It's kind of like a patch bay. But essentially what we're doing with this device is a lot of interfaces, like ours, RME for example, have enough. We have the power to do room EQ and volume calibration and delay, but we don't have enough physical outputs to power an Atmos system, for example. This, with a simple ADAT connection to this box, will give you all the ins and outs that you need for an Atmos playback system or for all of your outboard gear or anytime that you need more line ins and line outs. So it's a really effective and functioning unit. It is shipping now. It is available everywhere. Check your local retailers or our website for pricing. We currently have a promotion going on where if you buy you buy a Babyface plus this device or UCX2 plus this device, we have a $300 discount off the Babyface one and a $400 off the UCX2. So at the end of the day, you're almost getting this thing for free, and that's going to run through the end of February. So thank you, and it's Ryan Colson.
Hello, my name is Wake Anderson. I'm the founder of SoundBridge, and I'm here at NAMM 2025. We're having a great time demoing. I was here last year. Last year, as a company, we implemented over 32 new features, 55 quality of life improvements, and crossed over 103 bugs. So we're very proud of the work we did last year. There's about 3 major features that we implemented this year. Number 1 is our new film scoring capabilities. Last year, we implemented a video track. in which you can scrub the video using any movable element in the sequencer. So whether it's Midi or audio blocks or the position markers, everything will scrub the video so you can precisely place things for your video. If you open up the example project of SoundBridge, the entire song that you're hearing was scored for our YouTube advertisement. So if you learn about us through YouTube by seeing our advertisement, you will see the example project is that song in the YouTube advertisement. We also implemented teleprompter comments. So these are not just normal comments. Like you can use these as comments, but it's actually a full-fledged teleprompter. And you can actually arm it to auto-scroll when you hit record, or it'll just scroll. I would need enough content in here for it to actually auto-scroll, but that's what these features are. And you can adjust the speed of the auto-scroll, and you can also adjust the text size as well. We also implemented a ton of quality of life improvements, so now you can hide unutilized automation lanes. We have better filtering of our plugins, so you can filter the plugins by manufacturer, category, Z to A to Z. A lot of stuff. We had to really put in a lot of hard work this year. So these are all the few additions we are demoing here at NAMM, and we're having a great show so far, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Parker, I'm with SoundToys, and today we're offering a sneak peek at our new product, Space Blender, which is as you can see by the subheading, an imaginary space machine. It's a brand new algorithm developed by our founder that can create really unusual, unreal spaces, not your conventional reverb, not convolution, not modeled on any pre-existing hardware. It's a brand new thing, and SoundToys is really excited to be entering the experimental space again. Let's show you some of the cool things this can do. Pete? We got Pete doing some Juno over here. So here's Space Blender. You can see one of the unique things about it is this XY axis, which can control the amplitude and timing of the reverb. Is it possible to go down to one sound source, maybe just guitar, so we can more clearly illustrate this? We're going to switch to just guitar so you can kind of hear what's going on a little bit better. All right. And then that'll be here. So, all right. So first of all, you can see this XY display. This is kind of a new feature for SoundToys. This is controllable. You can see both the audio passing through and the shape of the space that you're creating. You know, from a tight start to a swell in the middle. And you can even take it all the way to the right and do a sort of swell in. You hear what that's doing to the guitar. It's just totally beautiful. Over time, you can brighten it so that you actually have the unique, unreal sound of a reverb that gets brighter over time, or darken it accordingly. The texture knob is one of the most interesting features because you can get either really diffuse, washy, cinematic reverb sounds, or you can take that texture all the way down and get really discrete, almost granular sounding delays. Maybe make it a sausage shape. I mean, you can hear, listen to that. It's so cool. It's almost turning the guitar into like a synth or another instrument. Hey Walker, would you mind doing like a short pluck so we can really hear the... And we're really excited about the simplicity of the controls and the fact that this can so seamlessly go through this kind of discrete, short, tight delay to this washy cinematic reverb. It's super fun, and addition to making a guitar sound like a synth or a soundscape, this thing on drums, you can put a snare on it and do a perfect 80s gated reverb sound. So it's really versatile. We're still discovering new uses for it, and we're excited to get it out and see how our users will put it into their productions as well.
Hello, my name is Sergio Alvarez, and today I'm introducing Axient Digital PSM from Shure. This is our newest flagship in-ear monitoring system. It's a fully digital solution, which means you have better audio quality, right? More accurate transient response, better stereo separation, higher dynamic range, right? We have artists who turn on the pack for the first time and we're confused, like, is this thing on? And that's how low the noise floor is to the system. And so another thing with digital wireless is that it is more spectrally efficient. You can actually squeeze up to 28 channels of stereo audio per 6 megahertz TV channel. So this is Shure's most spectrally efficient wireless product to date. And at the same time, we've offered new features for RF reliability like spatial diversity, which for the first time allows you to send a duplicate RF signal on a second transmit antenna to mitigate multipath interference. So again, really a reliable RF system. And lastly, the big headline feature is ShowLink remote control. So when the monitor engineer finally gives this pack to the talent, they're not operating blind. They can actually still see what's going on with this body pack. Any parameter that exists can be remote controlled, so you don't have to interrupt the magic of a performance, right? We can solve problems remotely. So we're very excited. It's just started to ship, and so to learn more, please visit Shure.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Michaels from Wolff Audio. We're talking today about the ProPatch 128, which is a 64 input, 64 output, digitally controlled analog patch bay. This is it right here in the rack. And this is one that we opened up so you can get a little bit better idea of what the inside looks like. It has, on the back, it has 48 inputs on the back, 48 inputs and outputs. It also has on the front 16 inputs and outputs to give you the total of 64. As you can see from the inside, it's all relays. There's nothing that touches the audio path. It's all analog, wire to wire, basically. So no chips or anything to get in the way of the sound. It is a digitally controlled patch bay, so it uses an app that runs on whatever you happen to have. This is it. The app is based around the idea of chains, where you put together a chain of things. So, for instance, this is one that I'm using as an insert in Pro Tools. It's got a Little Labs thing, and one of our EQs, a compressor, another compressor, and the output, and then lost my trackpad here. I can go in between, turn the individual items on and off. I can switch between these two compressors by just doing A/B. I can turn the whole insert on and off by just a single button. And you build these chains, you save them in a file, so you can have a file for whatever you happen to be wanting to use. Price point for this is about $9,000. And you can find us at wolffaudio.com, WOLFF audio.com. And this is currently available now.
Hello, my name is Trevor. I'm here with AIM Audio, based out of Berlin, Germany. We're here at NAMM 2025. I've got the Inspire microphone. This is the labor of love of 4 years of hard development. And over yonder we have Essence, the sort of little sibling to Inspire, the slightly more pared down, minimalist version of it. Essentially, what we wanted to do is, why make a microphone at this stage in the game? You know, it's such a time-honored and slightly grandfathered in industry. What could we really bring to the table? So what we wanted to do is honor the history before us, while still forging our own path forward. And this is the result of this philosophy. So we wanted to make something that was flexible and useful and innovate in ways that actually provide real, something for the end user that's not just, doesn't rely on gimmicks or kitschy features, whatever it is. We were here at NAMM last year, and we've had a couple of upgrades since then. It's still the same concept as last year, but there's a few things that are better. Namely, the finish is a beautiful matte black. It's quite sexy in person. It kind of is looking like a stealth bomber or something of that nature. Before it was a little bit more gloss, and it wasn't quite right. Like the condensation of your fingers just didn't look great on it. Now it's like a lovely package. It has a nice matte feeling to it. We've also upgraded the pattern select wheel here. Last year it was plastic. It's a little finicky. It worked, but it wasn't amazing. Now it has a wonderful tactile snap to it, and it just feels much better under the fingers. The main thing that we spent the last year on, the shock mount, last year when we were here, we had a very beautiful mic holder, but it was not a very effective shock mount. It wasn't really doing the job that we needed it to do. And we wanted to ship it earlier in the year last year, but we just couldn't do it without being sure that the shock mount is exactly how we wanted it. So we spent most of this last year really fine-tuning it, trying everything, starting from scratch, completely redesigning it, and making something that now is honestly shockingly better than it was before. So it still has the same sort of sleek, low-profile design. It still can do the 190-degree revolution here. I'll just demonstrate that shortly. Oh boy. So it's extremely flexible for just about any recording situation you're going to put it in. It's great for overheads, drum overheads. If you're trying to get into a really tight, recording space, maybe you're recording against a guitar cabinet. I mean, shock mounts are a necessary part of any good microphone, but any good condenser microphone or ribbon, whatever it is. But they tend to be quite bulky. They tend to be quite finicky. We wanted to make something that was easy to use and also sleek and small and can fit into tight corners. While still being able to access the front controls here. It's super easy to use. Also the pop filter, we actually have a... up until now we were just doing some sort of pre-production 3D printed versions of it, but we do have a close to final production version of it. Still snaps on just as satisfyingly as it did last year, but now it is... instead of just being 3D printed, it's actually the mesh is a much finer detail to it, and this hexagonal shape is actually extremely ideal for plosive absorption. It's quite effective at what it's supposed to do. Still snaps right on there, and so the main thing about this that we had to redesign over the last year was just the actual shock absorption. I mean, like I was saying, it wasn't really doing the thing it's supposed to do last year, and now you shake it, you tap it anywhere you want. You could be recording on you'd be recording on a wooden dance floor, floating. You'd be in the middle of the ocean on a sailboat with creaky floorboards, and you're not going to get almost any residual vibrations. You're not going to be able to hear it, at least. So the shock mount has been greatly upgraded. Which is, there's some other mechanical upgrades inside it, but ultimately it's still the same. It's still the same thing that we wanted in the beginning, but it's just better now. It still has our patented output stage select between a transformer or electronically based output stage. It's level matched. It's instant, it's seamless. As someone who loves to A/B things, I can A/B all day. It's an absolute dream to use. So you can switch between the extremely fast transient response and accurate and clean electronic output stage, or the slightly more smeared, skewed, slower transient response, slightly more colorful, characterful transformer stage. Now, we didn't just throw a transformer in the output path or any kind of cheap trickery or like that. They're actually two completely discrete circuits. So you're when you select between the two, level matched, instant switching between the two, they're completely discrete from each other. And it leads to a ton of tonal possibilities. I mean, the transformer is great for finger-picked acoustic guitar, for piano, sounds great on vocals. Whereas the electronic output is great for drums, strummed acoustic guitar, other percussive kind of things. So it opens up a ton of possibilities. It's the only microphone that can do this, honestly. Otherwise, there's also the directional control with the cardioid modes. You can select between it listening to the front here. Let's say you're recording yourself and you want access to the controls. Maybe have as a drum overhead. You want to be able to get to those controls. You know, it's be a pain if it was facing the other way. But then maybe you're recording the soundboard of a piano or putting it up against a guitar cab. You're going to want it facing this way. So you just switch that there, and now it's listening to the other side. So super flexible, again. We're trying to make it just like as versatile as possible and as easy to use as possible. We're aiming at anywhere from the home studio hobbyist up to the sort of prosumers into the professional studios. You know, if you know what you're doing, it's going to be easy. It's going to be super easy to use. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Otherwise, you got your filters. We have a low cut at 80 hertz right here and a roll off at 110 hertz, 2 pads at -10 and -20 decibels respectively, and the LED peak level indicator here. So this will glow orange when you're sort of flying a little too close to the sun, maybe it's getting a little hot, and then it's going to go red when you're in the danger zone. Now, the internal electronics of this can actually handle a dynamic range of up to 140 decibels, a whopping 140 decibels. But we realize most of the gear that people are going to be using this with can't actually handle that wide of a dynamic range. So this peak level indicator LED here is actually, the threshold is set much, much lower than what the internal electronics can handle. So even though Inspire can handle anything from your overzealous drummer to your small jet engine turbine takeoff. Again, we realize your interface might not be able to your preamp. So this LED just helps you know if it glows orange, maybe engage the -10. If it's glowing red, maybe the -20. If it's still glowing red, I can't help you. Otherwise, we got the 5 different polar patterns here. Starts at Omni, and it flashes while the voltage supplied to the capsule regulates itself. Moves through cardioid modes. We got wide cardioid, hypercardioid, and figure of 8. And to top it all off, the thing that makes this microphone just sound so good, because all these features are great, but if it doesn't sound good, what's the point? Is this dual 1-inch gold sputtered Mylar capsule. See, that's about to regulate itself shortly here. The figure of 8 takes the longest. I don't know why. I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm a musician. There it is. So the capsule itself, we spent about a year testing over 50 different capsules against a panel of audio engineers, experts, musicians, anyone who had an opinion. And we didn't stop until we found the capsule that won out every time, or basically every time. And it's honestly, I mean, I can say this anecdotally because I've been using this for a few months now. It's a beautiful sounding capsule. It cuts way above its price range. And it's super, like, it just, all in all, it adds to be, it adds up to be a very flexible and versatile package that can really handle whatever you put at it. You know, it's good for vocalists, it's good for drummers, it's good for just about anything. I mean, I put it up against a lot of different things and it's worked very well. So we're aiming for about an $849 US map final price. That's the Inspire with the shock mount, with the pop filter, and this lovely little flight case here and a leatherette. $849 gets you the whole package. You know, you can throw this in a backpack. You get an audio interface, an XLR, and a mic stand, and you got a very capable recording setup and a very small form factor. And in essence, the slightly more minimalist version of Inspire, it does have a filter and it does have a pad. It has a peak level indicator, but it's single pattern, so just cardioid. Which, you know, it's everyone's favorite polar pattern after all. And it does have our patented output stage switching, so it has all the good, the goodies of Inspire, but maybe just a few less options for those who just want the sheer tonality and the flexibility of Inspire without maybe the excess price range. So this one we're looking at $629 just for the microphone. And yeah, altogether, I mean, this was 4 years. This was a labor of love. 4 years of hard development. That is honestly, I can say honestly, you know, because I wasn't there for most of the development. I'm only coming in now as someone to sort of help the final push of it. It's an amazing microphone. It honestly does a lot. Like, it can really handle a lot. I can say that honestly. And so, yeah, this is what we do. It's hand-built in Berlin by my coworker, Xavier. He sits over there working hard, and I just sort of watch him. Yeah, I mean, we're very proud of what we've made here.
Hi from NAMM 2025. I'm Lorenzo from ARTinoise, and this year we are presenting a new product called the Zefiro, which is the smallest MIDI breath controller. And you can plug it up to your smartphone and you're ready to play. Just open the app, and it's super easy and fun to use. So as you can see in the picture, you just plug it up and you can play like different kinds of instruments simply by tapping and closing the Alt and the buttons on the interface. As you can see, it's really small, and it comes in two versions, the base one and the Pro version, which also has an accelerometer. So you can also use both your breath and your movement of the head and the body to shape the sound. So Marco will do a quick demo of it. So like in this case, this was the family of bagpipes. There are different types of instruments. So you can have, for example, bagpipes, flutes, brass, or even synthesizers. And we can have all kinds of different ways to shape the sound by using the breath or the movements of your head. For example, in the bagpipes, you could just go up an octave by using the intensity of your breath, or you can just tilt your head to change the sound. There are different sounds, for example, the family of ocarina and ethnic sounds, like this one. And there are also some kind of fantasy instruments. So, such, for example, the magic wand, the magic wind. It's called the magic wind because you can use the movement of your smartphone and your head to change the pitch. Or even other fun ways to play, for example, like the slider ones. So the only limit is your imagination, and we are hoping to search people that will help us make it a reality, because we are actually running a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. So please join us, become a backer, and help us make it a reality. Thanks, guys. Have a great NAMM.
All right, this is James from Audio Icon. This is a new company we just launched like literally 2 days ago. Audio Icon, we make recording easy. We are the only company in the world that offer dual layer aluminum pop filter. This aluminum pop filter with precise engineering, there's nothing like this in the market. We offer a gooseneck, come see this. We offer a gooseneck that use aluminum pop filter. You can also use hydrophobic foam, okay? You can also use the regular match, and we have this in different colors, including blue and red. And what we've created is an isolation booth where you can actually use all two products together. Come over and take a look at this. You see this, we're using this with a front-facing mic like SM7B, SM58, you know, SM7B. So when you take this pop filter, you can put it right here. And now you've created a distance between the isolation booth and the gooseneck pop filter. So when you're yelling, you don't have to be stuck in one position like this. Let's just say you have this like this. Now you're recording, you're not stuck in one position. You can create distance with this pop filter, and you can still pop it right back in here and pop it right in here. We are the only company that offers that. Now, I want you to go on audioicon.com and get this right now. This is available at Audio Icon. This enclosure gives you the chance to use metallic pop filter, like you see right here. This is pure aluminum pop filter, dual layer. And it also gives you the ability to use hydrophobic foam, also give you the ability to use the regular mesh. There's no other company that have this, that makes this product simple, easy, and convenient. With precise engineering, we are able to achieve the dual layer aluminum pop filter. Now let's talk about the isolation booth. What makes this unique? We have the largest cavity chamber in the market. There's no other isolation booth in the market that has this type of large cavity chamber. So you don't get that muffled sound when you record with the sound box, okay? Look at it very well. You see how large the cavity is? You can squeeze this. This is 100% high density foam, okay? So you don't get that all this other product that has the cheap material. This is pure 100% high density foam. You see the sound difference, even talking to it right now? This isolation booth works. It makes recording easy when you're on the road, or you're traveling, or you're recording at home, or you're next to your engineer. We make recording easy. That's what we do at Audio Icon, where your sound becomes legendary. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, audio_icon.
Yeah, our company name's Boemic. We are from China, and we sell the wireless microphone and in-ear motor, and also this way, also the mixes. Yeah, we are a company from China around like 30 years. This is our wireless microphone. It's with 2 channels and with UHF. Yeah, we have a lot perfect product. Yeah, welcome to visit.
Hello, I'm Pete Carini with Beyerdynamic here at the NAMM booth, 2025 NAMM. And we have our newest in-ear monitors here. We have the DT70IE, DT71, DT72, and DT73. Basically, the DT70IE you could use for mixing and critical listening. D71 you could use for drum and bass. DT72IE you could use for guitar and voice. And lastly, DT73IE for brass instruments and also keys. And the DT70s, or this whole series comes with our Tesla driver technology. Very efficient, you got some good precision here, all made in Germany. MMCX connectors. And these will be available March of 2025. You could buy them on Beyerdynamic.com. And we're here at our headphone table. We have 2 new models that just came out, which is the DT1770 Pro closed design, Mark II edition, and the DT1990 Pro Mark II edition. So we had a prior version to this, the version 1. We made a few improvements here. We changed out some of the cosmetics, but most of all, we have a lower impedance on the driver, which is a 30 ohm impedance. It's going to give you more max volume on your portable listening products. The DT1770 Pros for monitoring and recording, where the open back is more for mixing and monitoring. And the DT1770 Pro comes with 2 ear pads, a pair of soft skin and velour, and we're also including 2 cables with the DT1770 Pro and 1990, which have a coiled cable, and we also include a 10-foot straight cable that can also disconnect. And these are currently on the market for $599.99. Get your pair on Beyerdynamic.com.
Hello, this is Joe Guo from Carver Professional. And we make studio monitors, PA speakers, and audio interfaces. I'm in NAMM Show 2025. And here what we have is our new products, TMD3 portable studio monitors. You got 3-inch woofers and 40 watt plus 40 watts for each size. And what's special about it is that it's got battery powered. This is the only portable studio monitors with battery powered at this price range. This is the only one. Okay, so it's best for touring musicians or musicians on the go, beat makers who want to cook their beats on the go, whether it's in the camping site or even on the beach or in the hotel. You can do it. And once charged up 100%, you can use them for 6 hours. 6 hours of music playing or beat making, without electricity. Okay, so this pair asks for $250 US, street price, very affordable. Okay, and then our two new audio interfaces, Orbit 1 and 2, which is very, very affordable, like $69 US and $89 US. Very, very affordable and easy to use, and very nice design, very nice looking. And all the interfaces, we offer free Cubase LE license. For all the entry-level users or professional users, you can start music making or start your project right out of the box very quickly, very easy. Plus, we have Quasar virtual modeling amp and pedal board. So this is a perfect playground for guitar players and bass players. And it is for free offer. So if you buy any of our audio interfaces, you got this for free, which is very nice for any level of musicians.
How's it going? My name is Josh Madoff. I'm a composer for film and television. I'm here to present the Osmos. Osmos is a gestural synthesizer. Unlike any other synthesizer, if I want a short attack, I simply play a short attack. If I want a gentle attack, I play a gentle attack. If I want to engage the aftertouch, I engage it. It is continuously tracking pressure, aftertouch, and pitch bend and vibrato independently per key. So what I do with one key has no effect on any of the other keys. And when you combine some of these gestures and some of the other really interesting features like sostenuto, for example. So I'm gonna hit this foot pedal here, and it's gonna keep this note. And not only do I now have dynamic control of that note, but it's not sustained. The keyboard is still free to play. With my right foot, I can open and close a filter, right? So I'm gonna change octaves. Now I'm not limited to 1, 2, or 3 gestures, but I'm gonna start with one simple gesture. Now, it's already glorious, but I have 10 fingers and 2 hands, and they can play all kinds of different things at the same time. So let's be a bit more creative. So we're using internal sound engine, and there's a swept echo effect on there. because of the power of MPE and the most sensitive MPE instrument ever made, and the wonderful internal MPE sound engine, that was a dynamic and multi-timbral performance. 2 hands, 1 person, 1 preset, 1 instrument. And are you interested in hearing how it works? Okay, so the way that traditional MIDI works, all notes and all messages are sent down a single road or channel. So I have this one road. If I play a bunch of notes, they go down this road. If I send a message to change the pitch, the road shifts all of the notes at the same time. If I send a message to change the volume, they all get louder, or the brightness, or the filter. Now, the way MIDI works, or MPE works rather, every new note gets a new MIDI channel. It gets its own road. So I have a continuous message, continuous communication with every note I play and the sound engine, and they have no effect on each other. So if your sound engine is clever enough, depending on how you strike the note, depending on how quickly you lift the note, depending on how you pitch bend your notes, you're gonna get an entirely different sound, and it has no effect on anything else you're playing.
Hello, Randall Stewart here with Hollyland Technologies. Look at us. So what we do here at Hollyland is wireless connections. We've been around since 2013. Most everything is sourced and made in Shenzhen, China at our warehouse. We have 1,000+ worldwide employees. We've been selling worldwide since then. Just opened up a US market 2.5 years ago, April 2022. Little more than that, but we're almost on our 3rd year. We do support and marketing out of that. Again, what's our name of the game? Wired connections. And lots of other noise coming out here because we are at NAMM 2025, if you didn't hear that at the first part. But we specialize in microphones, intercom systems, which also have a sweet little hub up top, and then wireless, not only cameras that live stream, but also video transmission that goes to certain monitors wirelessly as well, right? And I can get deep into those, but we'll kind of leave that sim goal. I want to get to the microphone and the newest, hottest thing that just came out recently. This is the set. I have one on me still as well, but the microphone in the set is one here, and there's one still on me we'll get to later. There's a 2 set of there that can go into a camera receiver that has a 3.5 out, or you can do the USB-C out. This runs at a 24-bit 48K. Again, you have a second mic that'll link up wirelessly too. 1,000 feet of range between the two at a 2.4 gigahertz. It's not Bluetooth, it is our own protocol, so it is encrypted and very secure. And then you also can get the phone receiver to go along with it too, so if you wanted to go in the phone, I wouldn't have to necessarily hang on to this little bad boy. I can do it through this. And here's the actual mic on my name tag, right? You see the mic points out, that's the mic there itself, so it has the ability to pick up with also just looking smaller than a lav even, right? Better yet on all this, what's the price point? Because we love sticker shock. $139 retail US dollars. So that bad boy will come with all that. You get a couple more accessories and wind furries, right? Wind socks, whatever you want to call it. And then also you get the cable to go along with it too, to USB-C to A, and a 3.5 to 3.5 TRS, right? So that's the newest, latest. That's the LARK M2S. Make sure you check it out, hollyland.com. You can check us out, Marker Tech, others as well. It's a great spot. But then also, oh, sorry, someone started talking to my ear on the intercom. So let's talk about that next. Intercom, Solidcom C1 Pro, runs on 1.9 gigahertz, 1920, 1930 megahertz. You can get a 20 pack on that intercom. That's a Solidcom roaming hub. That'll roam in between 2 of those, so you can now make a 3,200 foot bubble if you really want to have 20 headsets run between, all less than 20K if you wanted to get that set up. Also, these wireless transmissions all run on either 2.4 or 5.1 to 5.8. The newest series is called the Pyro series. So make sure you check that out. Upwards of 1,300 feet of distance, up to multiple receivers. You can do 4 receivers at 650 feet. So that's a quick rundown, nifty, difty. I appreciate you stopping by NAMM 2025, looking at Hollyland with me, Randall Stewart.
Hey, I'm Tobias. We're here at the Mono booth at NAMM 2025. And here we have a bunch of our products. Right here we have 2 of our dynamic microphones, the PD200X and the PD100. They're both going into the PS22 audio interface, which is a 2 XLR input audio interface. These are both dynamic microphones, and the PD200X, one thing that makes it pretty interesting is that it's both a USB and XLR mic. The PD100, this is just an XLR mic, and this is actually new to the American market. Over here we have one of our really popular gaming interfaces. This is the Monocaster G1 Neo, and you can go straight into your smartphone or into your PC or Mac. And right above that, we also have the PD100X. And as you can see, we have it in XLR mode right here, going into the audio interface. And you'll see over here, we have the PD100X again, except it's just in USB mode. So you can use these microphones however you like. And we might as well take a look over here. We have some of our higher end podcasting equipment. Right here, we have the 2nd generation Monocaster E2. This right here is our top of the line dynamic microphone. This is the PD400X. It's also both a USB and XLR microphone. And if we take a look on the far side of our booth, all the way over there, we have a couple new products. We have our brand new PS22 Lite audio interface, which is basically a light version of the PS22 audio interface that we saw over there. The main difference between this and that is that there is just one XLR input. We have a couple of our newer condenser microphones. Oh, I don't know if you guys could hear me. The volume just got really loud in this room. But these are our 2 new condenser microphones. This one is actually a wireless condenser mic. You can connect to your computer with a wireless receiver. Over here we have another one with a 3 different pickup patterns. We have cardioid, omnidirectional, and also bidirectional. This is our new PM450 microphone, which is compatible with the MonoLink app. You can actually pick up this microphone right now on Amazon. Actually, all of our products in the US actually can be purchased on Amazon. And finally, right here, we have the PM500, which is our top of the line XLR condenser microphone, large diaphragm condenser microphone. And yeah, that's just about it. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Hello. This is our new Midi controller. It's a motorized software and hardware controller. It features our Melbourne Instruments motorized knobs as part of the technology. It's also got 8 assignable buttons. It has 3 primary modes of operation, as you can see, a universal MIDI mode, and then a mix and plug-in mode that are heavily integrated with Ableton. If we press mix, we can jump into the mix mode, and you can see that automatically the windows fill with the names of the tracks and the same colors, and it will have up to 64 tracks per mix. We can, by default, the knob is controlling volume, but we can adjust that, so volume, and we can go track on and off with the button. So now when I turn the knob, you can see we're adjusting the volume, and that is track on and off. If we wanted to change that, I go select, we can change to pan, and we can change to solo. So now every button is soloing, and we're controlling the pan now. Alternatively, we can use the function button, and we can control volume, pan, and sends all on the one panel. And if I do this key combination, we can see all the sends and returns on one panel. We also have like a Ableton Live dedicated transport control. So that's just a matter of pressing the transport button, and then we can kick it off and stop it, both ends. Let's take a quick look at the plugin mode. So we go back to mode, I press plugin. Ableton will list the plugins that are associated with that track. So you can see on my lead 303, we have 2 or 3 plugins there. And then as I press, you can see that the unit is showing all the assignments within the plugin. If I press select, it shows me the available presets on that channel, and I can jump around, and we see the alternative settings on there, and we're controlling. So the Roto-Control is shipping now. It's going to be available at most stores next week. The price is $419 US. If you're interested, get on it because they're moving quite fast. Thanks for stopping by, Robert. See you next time.
Hello everyone, I'm Mntra from Meze Audio. I'm here at NAMM 2025. We're here to present you our product lineup. So we'll start with our 99 classics. Wood, walnut wood ear cups, stainless steel headband, zinc. Then we go over to our open back 105 Air headphone, released only a couple of months ago. Meze 109 Pro. Then we go to our first isodynamic hybrid array driver, the closed back Meze Lyric headphone. You can see here the drivers. All right. And here we have our Meze Empyrean 2, also with the isodynamic driver, but larger size. And we finish off with our top of the line, the Meze Elites. Also using the same driver size, but a more advanced diaphragm.
Hey, hello, my name is Freddie Palmer, and I am the inventor of the Pedal Pal. The Pedal Pal is a product that will eliminate you from having to chase the pedal, the volume pedals, what all keyboard players have. Actually, I got the idea when I was practicing one day, and the pedal kept moving. I just got tired of it. So I said, I got to do something about this. So I went out to my shop and made a prototype, and the rest is history. And it works excellent. I haven't had any negative feedback from it. Everyone that uses it, they love it. And as a matter of fact, here I'm at the NAMM show, and they want to buy my displays, but I got to have something to display. But that's how good it is. I mean, it works on all surfaces. It works on hardwood. It works on tiles. It works on cement, and obviously it works on carpet. So it's a wonderful product. It's something that God has given me, and I'm just taking it from there. And so, you know, when you get a chance, you can buy from thepedalpal.com or PedalPal Original. So it's a product that I think you would really love. It's something that musicians have been waiting for years. I mean, I just thank God I was the one that thought of it. And so I appreciate this opportunity, so thank you.
Hey, my name is Mike Graham. I work for Synthesizers.com. We're here at NAMM 2025, here featuring a very large format MU system. We've got a large one here. It's a Studio 110, so this would be our flagship controller. We manufacture everything right southwest of Houston in Texas. Everything that you see here, from the keyboard controllers to the modules to the cabinets, to these portable cabinets over here to the patch cables, we make right there in Texas. It's been really, really fun to watch people walk by and see their eyes light up when they see the big, large format systems. The things that this particular format does really, really well is that just the ability to reach in and tactily control things. The feedback that you get immediately from doing that. You don't have to hover over it. There's no menu diving. There's no, it's very clear how you want to interact with it. And the spacious layouts really, really bode well for interacting with the machine, much like a guitar player or a bass player or a piano player might interact with their machines. Once you get really, really familiar with your layout, it's a whole lot of muscle memory. So again, it's been fantastic to watch the response of folks walking by and seeing these beautiful machines. Obviously, they're made with the same vintage aesthetic that the old Moog systems from the 60s and 70s were made with, but these are modern takes. They're not clones, they're not replicas. They're all modern components, easily serviceable. The filters are fantastic, the oscillators are extremely stable, and just the ability to interact with these systems is really where they shine. They're beautiful systems, and we're happy to be able to showcase them here at NAMM 2025.
Hey everybody, welcome to the We Are Rewind booth at NAMM, the NAMM show in Los Angeles. We are with a cassette manufacturer. So I represent a cassette manufacturer that's been around for a few years. We were a Kickstarter campaign in 2020, but we built this successful portable cassette product, which we call the We Are Rewind Player Recorder. And this product, we sold a lot of units, 30,000 units last year. So cassettes are back. There were 400,000 cassettes pressed last year in 2024, if you could imagine. Now we are introducing a new product this year, which is our boombox. We call it the Blaster. It is loud, it is clean sounding, it's beautiful, it has our noise reduction circuitry built into it. It's also a Bluetooth speaker, but the main thing is, of course, it's a cassette player, and it plays old and new cassettes. And it doesn't matter if it's a Type 1 cassette, Type 2 cassette, or Type 4, it does all of them. And it does it well. And it also can record. You could record a mic input, you could record an aux input, and you could also send Bluetooth into it to use as a Bluetooth speaker and record that signal as well. And of course, if you wanted to, you could wear Bluetooth headphones and listen to it quietly, or you could share with your friends and become really loud at the park, at the picnic, or of course in your cafe or in your house. It's just a beautiful, fun device. And the fact is that we're keeping cassette culture alive, and there has to be good players out there if you really want to enjoy the cassette experience, and that's what we do for you. So we are Rewind, and you can go to our Instagram if you want to and catch us over there. Of course, we are always putting out new versions of our players. So we just did a Chromeo version that you should go check out. It's a Chrome version of the small player, and you get a Chromeo cassette when you order as well. So if you're into that kind of music, you should check it out.
Hello, so this is a DMX lighting controller. It's all standalone, all happens in the box, you don't need a computer to use it. So this is the home screen here. You patch in your fixtures here. We have about 2,000 on the device, but we have a library of about 10,000 and growing. So very easy to find the fixture that you need. Once you patch in your fixtures, we've got 8 groups in total, and you assign each fixture to each group. So we've got 3 effects engines. We've got color effects, move effects, and you've got beam effects. Now it's really easy to use. You've got tons of different options. You've got your chaser there, your rainbow effect, and you can add colors like this. You hold shift and click, and you can choose colors from the palette here, or from this palette. So you've got strobe, your blinder, your blackout. These are like your instant flash effects, and these will soon be MIDI assignable as well. So you've got presets as well. All of these come pre-installed on the device, and you can also create your own. And you can kind of use it as like a cue list. So you just press play, and this is synced to tempo as well. So you've got your BPM tap, you've got your audio line in, and we've got an update coming with some new intelligence features. If I show you here. So if you go to this one, you've got this thing called preset, intelligent preset. So you just generate presets, and this will generate loads of presets based on the profiles that you have installed. Really, really easy to use, really functional. Yeah, that's the Wolff Mix. Thanks.